Hello learners, welcome to the Tadpoles Introductory Screencast. I'll be showing you how to access the educators part of Tadpoles, how to enter your classroom, and create lesson plans. Here is the home page. On the top right you will see where it says Login. Let's click that. This page lets the parents have a login or the teachers, and even though it says providers, you're still providing education, so you are technically a provider. And here is where you will log in. Your login was probably provided to you by your school, and then you got to change your password, so hopefully you know your password. So this is what it will look like when you log in. It automatically takes you to your classroom, which is up here. My classroom is a Silly Seahorses. This is also my classroom. In case you're in more than one classroom, like a floater might have more than one classroom listed. So over here, on the left side, you will see the lessons for September, and the blotted out, darkened days are the ones that were already done, already taught. So let's click on one of those so you can kind of see what it will look like. Up at the top, you'll see the date, the weekly theme, which you do enter yourself, any notes that you need the parents to know, your lunch meals, this is where you enter the food at school for each child, what they have in their lunchbox, so parents know if they ate it or if they didn't. And down here is where you see the subject areas. Language and literacy, mathematical thinking, creative expression, which is now art and music combined, physical development, social studies, and science and technology, and personal and social development. So as you can see, when you put in all of the information for what the lesson is, you will also have to put in your goals, and some of them your materials, and any other options if it's large group, small group, individual, teacher directed, child directed, during center time, in the AM, in the PM. You'll see that in just a minute. So this is what it'll look like when you're completed. Now let's go to a day that has not been done yet. We'll go to September 23rd. So this is what it will look like when it's blank. There's nothing put in there. If you want to set your weekly theme, you would just click on that and click here and type it in to whatever you want it to be. Then you may go down and see some notes here, if anything you want the parents to know, if somebody brought in a toy they're not supposed to, or if there's a specific type of food they're no longer allowed to have in school for allergy reasons. You just click here and type that in. Then down here is your subjects. So let's click on one, mathematical thinking. On the left side, you'll see all the subjects listed for you. Down towards the bottom are more specific things that you can assign. So if during math you're also doing yoga, click yoga too, and they'll both be highlighted. In the middle, you will see the different developmental goals. These are the state goals with a code after, and these are the Goddard goals that don't have a code. You need to make sure that you're picking a state goal and a Goddard goal. So I'll just pick any two, so at the end you'll see what it looks like. And on this side you will see where you put your description of the lesson, your materials, and your options, which is if it's individual, teacher directed, if it's a transition, if it's a theme, if it's at circle time. So for our description we will put, today we created simple patterns using colored bear counters. And you always want to make sure that when you're typing your activity or your lesson that it's in the past tense, because when the parents are viewing these in their daily reports, it's after they've already picked up their child. So then they're going to be reading them after they already did the activity. So it kind of makes it more personal. And also Goddard requires that you put participated after each lesson. So make sure that you do that. For your materials, you always want to list any material that you're going to be using, whether it's glue, string, a puzzle, which puzzle, and you also want to put where it can be found, because sometimes there are emergencies and sometimes we can't always get to school when we need to. And that means that we were not able to prepare for the next day. So you always want to put in parentheses after where it can be found in the event that a substitute needs to come in. So the colored bear counters are actually located in the cabinet under teacher books in the kitchen center. And once they go in the kitchen center, they will see a cabinet that clearly says teacher books, and under it will be a basket that has the bear counters in it. Very easy to find. So now I'm going to pick my options. So this will be a small group, just click small group. It will be child directed because I'm really just giving them what they need to do and they're really just going to go for it. It will be in the morning at a.m. and it will be at center time. So I will be pulling them during center time to come sit with me on the carpet and we'll be doing this activity. And then you're going to hit save and close. And this is what it will look like when you're finished. So eventually you will have all of this information under each subject area. So when you go back to double check that you've had everything in past tense, that you have participated, that you have 2 curricular goals, all your materials and where they are, and all your options, you'll be able to easily double check without having to open each subject and read it all over again. So what can you do if you can't think of an activity? You could go on Pinterest, you could Google it, or you could look at what you did the year before. I just started this year, so I was able to look at what other teachers have done in the past. So for one of my lessons, I went to change month up here. I clicked on this drop down menu and I changed the year and I went to September. And it automatically takes me to last September. You can click, even though they were already taught, you can click on any of these days and you will see all of the lessons that were done. You'll notice that the subject areas are different because they did change the standards and how the lessons are done for this year, which is why I'm making this video, because some teachers are a little confused about how it's working now. So I actually use this activity for cognitive development in the math. I couldn't think of another math activity, and I needed something that was theme related, and the theme was pets and family and friends, like this year. So I used this activity, and I was like, how great is this, that I can go back and get some inspiration and bring it to this following year. So here you'll see even more subjects and more activities that you can use. And to go back, you just click change month, go back to the drop menu, click this year, and go back to the month. Sounds pretty easy. And then when you have all of your lessons filled out, you're feeling good about it, you just go back to the top, click log out, and you're all finished. It just takes you back to this page. So thank you so much for viewing. I hope it helped you. If you have any more questions, feel free to contact me. And good luck!